Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Darksiders. Let's continue. So we were in the middle of the probably furthest dungeon you could even get to. And let's see where it loads me here. So I'm here and we were working our way back over to this collectible, and then we were going to come over and get these two collectibles, and then hopefully that finishes everything. Is this the right direction? Am I even hitting the right button? There we go. So over this way, I believe. And see, I don't feel like this was exactly where I stopped last time. I feel like the game has very specific locations where it will checkpoint you, and if you save and exit, you end up a little bit further behind than where you should be. Now, let's see. Did I just go in a full circle? Don't tell me that. If I went this way, it would be full circle, but if I go this way... Oh yes, I remember this all too well. Let's see, with a new day, if the game decides to work a little bit better. Last time I was recording, it had been a while, the game had been running for a while. I think... Nope, it's still having issues of getting stuck there. I don't know why, and I can only assume what it is like memory corruption, the RAM getting infiltrated with like the wrong information or something. Like, I don't know what it really is, but it certainly seems like games and programs in general sometimes just do better with being closed and restarted. This game in particular has issues in which it doesn't detect the Xbox 360 controller. I've got it down to a science now, but you basically have to unplug the controller, plug it back in, and then exit out of the entire program and then come back into it. And that seems like that mostly works. I don't think there's anything down here. We could definitely double check just to make sure, but... This is an easier puzzle than it would seem. As assuming I don't totally screw up. All these runic they're kind of runes, but not particularly of the variety that I would attribute to. Here's a Coke machine. I really only saw like 2 of those in the whole game. They're not like Celtic or Viking runes. They seem like they are probably made up scratches, made up lines. How many different ways can you actually move a pencil and create something? Right. So here's a health thing that we didn't need. Everything I have right now is at 100%. I can only assume that's the way it was, because I don't think the game would let me save and exit and then fill both my health and my wrath and my chaos to the maximum. It just doesn't seem like that would be too easy to manipulate. And now working our way down this way. The whole fire element gets used in 2 points in the game, and then you never see it again. And there's 2 more collectibles down there, and then I'm gonna try and run to the boss battle and hope that there's a portal that lets me exit this area. I'm hoping. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to run all through this. We saw the giant tentacles of some creature that I guess we never really even saw what that was. They really are setting up some stuff in this game that doesn't particularly get explained or paid off. Maybe if I go and play Darksiders now and pay attention to Darksiders 2, maybe those things will get explained a little bit better. But I don't think so. Just make sure. Next room. Or this way. It's this way. And see, I think it's probably just a health thing again. Yep. So there's no reason to use any of our abilities here, and I may just get lucky enough to level up my sight. Nope. No level up for the scythe. There we go. And we're trying to drastically increase our experience here on the scythe. It would be nice if we could get higher, but we're not going to. The main issue I have is the abysmal armor piece. And that's really what I want to find. I'm certain, or at least almost completely certain, there's no more lifestone shards. But somewhere around here there's 3 wrath shards and 1 consumable. And how can all of those things be around still? That doesn't really make sense to me. Because we've been all over this game, and I am going to have to just give up pretty quickly here and decide to just move the story forward. The only thing I can do that I haven't done so far is go to each location in the via the serpent holes. Which way is the way up, I wonder? Let's see. Can I hit these guys? Not at this distance. And I need to just work my way up here. And two or three swipes of her scythe does it for us. And then we go here, and then it pushes us down here, and we can take this here. And this has put him right where the game wanted me to be. So I don't see any reason why not to do this. Like, Let's talk to Ulthane and get the Armageddon Blade made. There probably was one sentence he would have said if I hadn't brought all the pieces immediately.
My greatest work.
Until now.
And here we have the Azazel hearing the pounding of the hammer. He's just kind of slamming it all together. And here we have Uriel. You can tell that some of these cutscenes would totally belong in the second game as just like a previously, or some kind of, I don't know if they were going to do an animation of this. And cut out all the gameplay in the middle. It's like somebody put some real effort into this, and seeing it just once is probably a waste. Definitely, if you were gonna make a Darksiders 3, these cutscenes should come back with a voiceover. And here we have the Destroyer in the form of a dragon, who is not the devil, turns out. And I guess that's why it mattered to not call him the devil. And so we now have the Armageddon blade, and we need to return to Azazel via the Ashlands. Reforged by Ulthane, the Armageddon blade is the only weapon powerful enough to slay the Destroyer. It is also the only power.
See you again, Horseman.
It is also the only weapon powerful enough to break the 7 seals, I think. And start the Armageddon. And at full charge, now my Chaos Eater is out of contention. But seriously, what did I miss? Like, the last Armageddon piece shouldn't just be... Oops. Come on, hit it. Yeah, it's a waste. My health is at the maximum. So we're gonna look for a Volgrim Serpent Hole. And before we go to the Ashlands, I'm just gonna go everywhere else. Let's talk to him. And so we can't afford Bane, which would be the last enhancement. We can't afford the Shredder. And I can't purchase any of these. I could purchase this and this, and maybe this and this, and eliminate some of those, but I'm not going to be able to do that. So let's try this, and this, and then this, and I would need 900 more to get rid of everything else. I'd like everything at level 2, just to make sure I have unlocked at least one version of it. So that means that if there was a New Game Plus, which I kind of think there is, that would mean we can at least use each of these things. So Anvil's Forward is where we are, so we need to go back to that. And then I'm just gonna travel through all of them except for the Ashlands with the shadow thing and look as carefully as possible. And see, this element to the game, while slightly interesting, also kind of not ever given the opportunity to embrace it. Like, see, I feel like I'm gonna accidentally miss things even doing all of this. And see, this just doesn't. Yeah, at no point did that seem like I missed something. Nor did it look like there was a real platform or position to hit. And there's a chest over here. Interesting. How did I miss that?
What would you ask of this humble merchant?
So now what I seriously want to avoid in this would be having to deal with any of those enemies. So is there a chest down lower? Perhaps? Or higher? Let's swim up here. How could I miss it? No, it's not lower, it's definitely higher. It's a little disconcerting that I would have missed a chest. That makes me feel like anywhere is fair game now. And I could easily go back to a location and find that there's like one more thing. Darn it. Spazzing out here. Why put this longer section there? And see, if I have to find that guy that we've been fighting, this random weirdo guy that looks like a zombie slash magician. So this isn't it. So maybe it's down here? It's a secret location reveal. Requires breaking something. This is interesting. What could it be breaking? Though. Like, is there anything underwater that can be broken? it's not gonna be something like kill the fish, because that wouldn't make enough sense. Let's see if this is the abysmal blade. Abysmal armor piece. That's exactly what I'd like to collect. But if it isn't, then I'm just wasting my time. Well, I suppose it would be interesting either way. Done it. And let's see, this here is not really working. And what else would there be that I could even break? Color me confused. Like, I can't hit that way over there. And there's nothing on any of these. Like this area in particular. Like, and you just cannot hit that at all. Like, looking at the water here. See, I'm thinking maybe if I ran into that guy again, if he was hidden in some section, maybe that would make sense. And then I have to kill him, and after I kill him, I do something then. And I know right now, I'm sure there's some people, it's like, just get on with it, just move the story forward, just play the rest of the game, forget the abysmal armor. It's not like you really need it, forget the 3 remaining wrath shards, it's not really necessary. You're playing on normal, and because you're playing on normal, you're fine. See, I thought we fought that guy in this room at one point, but I guess I'm wrong, because if I was supposed to fight this guy in this room, he's not showing up. So unless maybe I'm supposed to go fight him somewhere else. In fact, I've dropped the ball here, haven't I? I totally should have investigated these things before the fact. Like, a lot more. Just gone full walkthrough and looked and seen what do I need to do to possibly unlock these collectibles, because like I'm looking here and I'm not seeing it. I'm thinking maybe one of these underwater sections. But what would be here? I can't hit these plants, I can't hit rocks. See, this is really not where I want to be. It doesn't look like there's broken windows to break. Like, it looks like all the windows are already broken. Let's see if we can get up here. So what would be on the sides? And there's nothing else here. There we go. Losing my health a little bit here, but like looking here, really don't want to go through all of this, or like this almost implies something of a race, but that doesn't make sense. Yeah, I'm gonna have to consider different things. Unless it is something crazy like hit all these bugs that are flying around. And see, that just doesn't make sense. Because these things are moving way too fast. Nor are they really locking on my targets or anything like that. Hitting these symbols doesn't seem to do anything. Serpent Hole time. We've done the Serpent Hole to the Scalding Ground multiple times. So I don't see a reason to do that. Let's see. But there almost certainly is some collectible there. I'm just too silly to figure it out. And one assumes that it's just the to location that matters, not the from. I'm pretty sure that is the case. And here we are at the crossroads, and we can confidently say there's nothing at the crossroads. Let's go to the Twilight Cathedral. So we see a lot of platforms over there, but I probably have already done this. I bet this was one we've already collected something from. And that in itself probably is a good impression of just what you would expect to see. Yeah. In the other ones, if there was a collectible or something to get, it would... I think it's kind of weird that that's there. Actually, was there something to collect over here, or what happens when you fall here? That's what happens? Okay, good to know. Here we go, here we go. Yeah, and it really doesn't look like there's anything here. I imagine this seems very familiar. So that's one. Now, going to each place where there's a serpent hole doesn't guarantee that I'm actually looking at each place, but frankly, we've already gone through everything twice. Now the game forced us to go through everything once just to get the Armageddon blade, and we've been even more thorough than that. So we'll start back this way now. And I guess if you keep the mask on, looks like there might be a collectible over there, but maybe not. Instead we're getting some curves, which this is interesting in itself because all the other pathways have been straight paths, and this is the first thing to ever give you a crooked sideways path. But it doesn't seem like there's anything here. Yeah, how thorough can I be? And before it's just actually a matter of wasting time. This is the broken stair. And we've been all over here. So we now go back to the choking ground, which, if that guy is hidden somewhere, he might be in the choking ground, he might be in some other location, or I might have already done everything there is to do with that guy. It's kind of hard to tell. Some of these secret things that you find in video games, particularly older video games, were so obscure, and there was no real internet around to tell you whether you've done everything or not. So you just kind of had this air of mystery where you might figure out half of a secret and not the other half. Yes, and again, there probably was something there at one time, but not now. So let's see. Yeah, there's nothing here. So we go back here to this. Scalding Ground has the same issue too, doesn't it? There's gotta be something to it. But I really don't want to run around the Scalding Ground looking for collectibles. I think I'm ready to make that decision just for the sake of saving time and moving forward. I'm ready to either look up the answers and see. We can see there's nothing here. This is the shortest of the paths. Is either look up the answers to the two collectibles after this recording, or just be done with the game and stop banging my head against the idea that there's a chest here and a chest. Well, we found two chests, and we would need to find several more actually. We found one at the Drown Pass, and we found one at the Scalding Ground. Let's go to the Dry Road. Are we still in the other world? Yes, we are. And back here is a collectible. Now, I'm gonna cross my finger and hope that there weren't any more of those anywhere, but I don't know for certain. It's very possible that some of the locations we just visited had something behind me, and I guess that's an excellent example of stopping and why you should stop, take a breath, and look around you at very specific spots. Anywhere where it seems like there might be something behind a column or in other ways obscured. There's nothing over here. There's nothing over there. It's also highly unlikely that there's gonna be multiple collectibles in the same serpent hole. If I was just to guess. So on this map it seems like there's nothing. Now we're gonna go back to the Ashlands anyway, so let's go to Leviathan's Drift first. Did I look behind me? Not enough. Have to jump up. Get some weird sounds in this section. It's the music playing, I think. Oddly, I think there's probably some good songs that don't get used very much. Yeah, and it doesn't look like there's anything here. Where are we on this map? When there's a giant location, which is where we're supposed to go. Oh, so we should have gone to the Ashlands anyways. So if there's two chests, I only really am missing like one or 2 collectibles that I don't know where they are, even if I don't have them. And see, there's a chest right there, which that's another one down. Or I thought that was one. I thought that was a collectible, but turns out that was just a fire. So now I'm kind of just running backwards. I kind of wonder if maybe I did miss a couple of starting positions where it was just further behind me. The sound of the floor rising up underneath you is a great distractor to keep a player from looking around, and instead having the player let's see, there's a couple of chains down here. I thought that might mean something. Instead it keeps your eyes on the glowing rock floor. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anything here. And we'll look. Hey, there is a collectible there. Nice. Let's go get it.
What would you ask of this humble merchant?
See, what I'm trying to do here is stretch out the time. That way there is, we end the recording and I have time to go back and look up the solutions, and then next recording we can actually do this. Let's see. How does one even move around this place? This way. It's right up here. Jeez, how do I get up there? Come on, game. Switch the edges. I think they would have done better if they just rounded the edges, and then that way even the game's own mechanics would understand it. I don't know if that's the right way. Let's see. Alright, up there is something. Yes, there is. Nice. But it's just a wrath shell. So, what do we do now? Let's see. we need... We're not going to get this enhancement. Just because that's a purchasable thing for 5,000. We can't afford it. But there is a consumable here. And there is one abysmal armor piece. And now we have the Armageddon blade. Which... and this is what held the hearts. So there's one collectible here. And one collectible here. And I know of 2 chests. That tells me I should just take a moment to get back to the... And can I not jump off this thing? Well. Alright, let's go ahead and assign a weapon. Nope, that is not what I needed to do. I believe I am actually now at the right place anyways. So let's just run this way. So I'm gonna, since we have about 13 minutes left, we're gonna go to Volgrim and just leave the game paused. In fact, let's just stand here and we need the name actually, so we'll leave it at the menu here. Scalding Ground and Drowned Past Chest are what I'm going to now just input into my cell phone. And let's see. What? Scalding Ground Chest. Let's see. There's one. It says run along the west side of the area and go up the stairs. You'll find the chest there on the 2nd floor. Nope, nope, nope. Let's see. We got that one. The Phantom General loves blocking attacks. Is this that guy? Or did we fight him later? Let's see. Reading. No, this is way longer. It says jump down. Let's go here. It says delaying your shadow flight as you fly and land. Delay your shadow flight as you fall and land on the ledge. Follow it and oh man, it is that thing. It is that thing that I have been trying to do for a while. Darn it. Let's rush here. At least I now know where to make the jump, because we've been seeing this element in the Scalding Ground for a while and just have been unable to do it. So it's saying jump here. That was a bad jump, but something similar to that is what I'm supposed to do. one jump and then a second one to delay myself to get over here. I tried this so many times. I guess I just wasn't delaying my second thing. This legendary precision crafted armor allows war to sustain much more damage. Very useful. Now, the problem I think though with this armor set, it looks awesome and all, but it's just not colorful enough. It's too dark. And now it totally makes sense from this perspective what they were going for. Let's have somebody fight us. So my health is going up with the harvester, and I don't even think they've hit me yet. I'm gonna have to fight somebody that actually can hit me, if that's gonna be the case. But I think my health gain drastically improved there too. Like, just that seems like that's the case. Let's now go to the Drowned Pass. There's still an issue. We still know that there's one more collectible somewhere I'm missing. Like, either it's a wrath shard or it's a consumable. Either, because it doesn't make any sense that it would be anything else. Unless in the middle of the final fight they give us like a undying collectible or something. That I suppose could be a possibility, but it's unlikely. And so this is Drowned Pass. Now, same thing as before. We got about 8 minutes left. So I'm gonna go Drowned Pass chest, and thank goodness for Google knowing what I searched before, so it can filter in things. Come on, what's... Okay. I'm still reading here, and it says, it seems to imply this is just a chest of souls. Lots of comments here. A lot of them are the best answer so far has said that that's a bug, or that that it would have given you 250 souls anyways. Alright, well, I guess that solves that issue then. We're still kind of have a problem, because like it says it's a when you were in Shadow Realm with the first time, when the Guardian gave you the Shadow Realm, that you should have gone and collected it then. But theoretically, I should also be able to collect it now, because I can go into Shadow Realm, and it's just not there. Not when I'm in Shadow Realm, and not when I'm out of Shadow Realm. Like, we don't even see it. And there's nothing triggering it that far, and it, like I said, it's only what, 250 souls, which then puts us in this weird position. It's like, where is this last consumable? Is it somewhere at the very beginning of the game, or something else? In what looks like the final bite, final battle, I will also try and use these, but if I don't use them, I guess that's fine, because if there's a new game place. And where is the last Wrath Shard? I don't know. I have no idea. We've been all over this map. We have been every single place, and frankly, we just don't see it. So, time to move this story forward. Like, it could be anywhere. It could be in one of these serpent holes, and I missed it. It could be in any of the dungeons we've been in, which we've been into a lot. It could be somewhere else. As far as achievements and all of that, which is one of the silly reasons why I do all of this effort, I'm not gonna really run into that as an issue anyways, since well, the best reason why I'm not gonna finish all the achievements is actually probably less than obvious. There's an achievement for riding the horse for like a mile, and so far I've only done 1/5 of a mile. A lot of the other achievements, arguably, are kind of in this weird balance where if I played it twice I'd get all the achievements, but here I would have to sit here and just dash around and around, trying to go as fast as possible, just waiting for my charge to refill. And this really is one of those achievements that screams you just have to wrap a rubber band around. Like, if I just wrapped a rubber band around the controller and put him in a nice empty spot, that's about all I can do.
Are you ready? We wouldn't want to keep Abaddon waiting.
At the end of the day, I think I am ready. Like, we've got 3 health things, 2 undyings, probably not the best weapons equipped, so let's go ahead and equip that. Our health is not at maximum, but we've got the Armor Gun Blade at maximum, and our scythe at a good position. Our unfortunately, our Trimmer Gauntlet not really there, but we got the Abysmal Armor and everything else. So this is a 99.5% completion, I feel. And we're gonna walk over there and talk to the guy. Unfortunately, we're gonna do it next time. Let's go ahead and save our game. 6. Let's see. This is the oldest one. And see. Very happy with how this game has gone so far. I definitely added an hour or 2 of gameplay here, and now we're up to 17 hours of gameplay. That can't be right. We didn't add an extra 5 hours in there. Maybe I left the game paused or something. That's possible. That's very possible. total hours in combat, though, 2 hours and 50 minutes. So that's an interesting metric in games in general. Is like, how long are you actually in combat in most games? Surely, if it's something like Street Fighter, you would be in combat for most of it. But a lot of other things, there's cutscenes, there's dialogue, there's puzzles. You might take a 10-15 hour game and only have 3 hours of combat. Total number of kills, kind of a useless metric, but we've done 2,079. Total number of deaths, 9. Distance traveled, 215 miles, but on the horse it's been a lot less than that, certainly. Total souls collected, 56,582, which tells me, if I was to guess, you need at least somewhere between 75,000 and 100,000 souls to purchase everything. But even if it was 100,000, a New Game Plus, doing it 2 times over, you've got something to look forward to there. Highest combo is 55. I doubt 55 is going to get beaten. And then the most demon blood spilled is 4,402.76 gallons. And then nothing else to say, I guess. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.